fortune, smiling on his damned quarrel, showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak. The brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name. His dating fortune, with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution. Like valor's minion, carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the knaves to the child, and fixed his head upon our battlement.
Great happiness, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, Mark, no sooner justice had with valor armed compelled those skipping knaves to trust their heels. But the brave Norwayan lord, surveying vantage with new supplies of arms and furbished steel, did not fresh assault.
May not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Aye, like sparrows, eagles, or the hare and the lion. But I must be sooth and say they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks. So doubly they redoubled strokes upon their foes, as if they bayed in reeking wounds, or memorized another Golgotha. I cannot tell, for I am weak, like Asher's cry.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
It's the worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looks through his eyes. So should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God says the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Pipegray King, Norway himself with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. Till Macbeth confronted him, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Oh, great happiness! No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present dead, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou? That sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, a rate thee which the rump-fed runyon cries. Her husband to a late
prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be called or. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greetings. Speak, I charge you! Your children shall be king.
You shall be king.
Thane of Cawdor too. Was it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. As thick as tale came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee, from our royal master, thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What, can the devil speak true?
Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who as the Thane lives yet, that under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis, Thane of Cawdor. Greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Not hope your children shall be. Gave the Thane of Cawdor to me, promised no less.
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the throne, besides Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, betrayest in deepest consequence.
Cousin,
A word I pray you.
two truths are told. Captain Prologue to the swelling act of the imperial. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in the truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that horrible suggestion, whose image doth make my hair face, make my seated heart knock at her ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder is yet but fantastical, shakes. So my single state of man, that function is smothered in surmise. Nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partners wrapped.
If chance will have me king, my chance will crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him, like our strange garments cleave not to our mold, but with aid of use.
And what come may, time and the hour run through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stand upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered, where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us for the king. Think upon what hath chance, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Until then, enough. Come, friends.
hard to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a man on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin, the sin of mine gratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and states, children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that is no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanted at fullness, seem to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll be the harbinger and make joyful this news to my wife, so humbly take my leave.
My worthy Connor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down or else overleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, height of fires, let not light see my black deep desires. The eye maketh the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True, noble Banquo. He is so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, to which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cornwall, by which title before the weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail King that shall be. This I have thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightest not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay into thy heart, farewell. Long as thou art, and good, and shalt be what thou art promised. But I do fear thy nature is to pour the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, not without ambition, and yet without the illness should attend it. What thou would highly, that thou would wholly, would not play false, and yet would wrongly win. Oh, hie thee hither, that I might pour thy spirits in thy ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have crowned thee withal. What is thy tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. But what of thy master, who were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of
you spirits who tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passages to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor put peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. Wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's come, thick night, and pour thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife sees not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all hail hereafter, thy letters have transported me from this ignorant present, and I feel the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow as he burns.
Oh, never shall the sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Act like the innocent flower, but be the servant under it. He that is coming must be provided for, and you shall put this great night's business into my dispatch, which to all our days and nights to come gives solely sovereign sway and master.
Come, we will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor is ever to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple haunting marvel, does approve by his love management that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty breeze, buttress, nor point of vantage, yet this bird hath made his pin in bed and procreate cradle. Where they most breathe upon, I've observed the air is delicate.
See our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which we still thank as love.
All our service in every point, twice done and then done double, were a poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Where is the Thane of Cawdor? We cursed him at the heels, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight. Give me your hand. Conduct me to my host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, and 'twere well if done quickly. The assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success. That but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. But here, upon this bank of shoulder time, we jump the man to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught, turn plagued me in that. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of a poison chalice to our lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, and then as his host, who should against his murderers shut the door and not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, and tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What new?
Almost. Why have you left the chamber?
Has he asked for me?
No, you've not. He has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have acquired golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss and not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you've dressed yourself? And hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou a fear to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem? Nothing I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage.
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you bring this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than that. No time, no place, then did it here, and yet their fitness now does unread. I have given a sign, and know how tender it is to love the babe that lives. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and gashed its brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
And if we should fail,
We fail, but school your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. The Duncan is asleep, wherefore to the rather shall his hard day's journey sound for light. His 2 chambers will I with wine and wassail so soundly convince, that Milly, the warder of the brain, shall be his tomb, and receipt of reason a limbic only. When in swinish sleep his drenched nature lies, what cannot we perform upon an unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
bring forth men, children only. For thine undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and use their very daggers that they have done?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our grief and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled. Bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, mock the time with the fairest of show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt of the weird sisters last night. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words on that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest pleasure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis shall make honor for me.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, and still keep my bosom free, and my lead is clear, I shall be counseled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get me to bed. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me cut. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind? A false creation proceeding from this heat-oppressed brain. I see thee yet in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way I was going. Such an instrument I was to be. Mine eyes have made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dungeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eye. Now of a one-half world nature seems dead. And wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder alarm mighty sentinel. The wolf whose house is watched thus with his stealthy pace and Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design. Moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk. For I fear thy very stones may pray to my whereabouts. Take the present horror from the time which now suits me. Whilst I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. That which hath quenched them hath given me fire. His was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He's about it. The doors are open, and the sleepy grooms do mock their charge with snores. I've drugged their possets. The death and danger do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What? How?
Alack, I'm afeard they have awakened and 'tis not done. 'Tis the attempt and not the deed that confounds us. Hark. I laid the daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as I slept, I'd have done it.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did thou not speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
By
Hark, who lies in the second chamber?
Doublemate.
Oh, this is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
It was one that laughed in his sleep, and one that cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood there and heard them. They did say their prayers, and addressed them again to sleep.
They are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and Amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands.
Consider it not so so deeply.
Wherefore can I not pronounce Amen? I had most need of blessing, and Amen stuck in my throat.
We must not think of these things so, they will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep, the innocent sleep, the sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, chief nourisher in life's great feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, do you unbend your noble strength to think on such brain-sickly of things? Go, wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
No, I'll go no further. I'm afraid to think of what I've done.
Further purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms with all, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Who pluck out mine eyes? Will all great Neptune's oceans wash this blood clean from my hands? No. This my hands, the red of multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. There's a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so wholly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking. How would thou couldst?
Oh, here's a knocking indeed. Man, well, the man reporter at Hell's Gate, remember a reporter at Hellgate, he'd have old before turning the key. Why, here's a farmer who hanged himself in the expectation of plenty. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Why, here's an equivocator, one who could swear both scales against either scale, and yet could not equivocate himself to heaven. Come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Never quiet. Who are you? Oh, this place is too cold for hell. All devil porter this no further. I had sought to let in some of all professions who travel the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you devised so late?
Pray you, sir, remember the porter. Aye, sir. We were carousing till the second cock. And drink is a great provoker. 3 things.
What 3 things does drink especially promote?
Nose painting, sleep, oh, and urine. Lecturing, sir. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. And so, lecturing can be, drink can be considered an equivocator with lecturing. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him. It makes him stand to and not stand to. And thus, drink should be an equivocator with lechery. It sets him on. And thus, giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
Oh, that it did, sir.
Is thy master stirred? Our knocking is awaited. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
This good tomorrow, boat.
Is the king stirring, worthy Thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on it. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The lady will be delighted with his pains.
made his masterpiece, most sacrilegious murder, broke open the Lord's anointed temple, and stole thence the life of the building.
What is it you say, the life?
Mean you, his majesty!
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak, see and then speak yourself. Awake, awake! Ring the alarm bell, murder and treason! Banquo and Solomon, Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep that's counterfeit and look on death itself. Up and see the great tomb's image! Malcolm, Banquo, as from your graves rise up to walk like sprites with countenances horror! Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the speakers and sleepers of this house? Speak! Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, our royal master's murdered.
What? Oh, alas, what in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Give up, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I ever died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine and life is drawn, and the mere vault is left this least straggler.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwipingly found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Yet I do repent me in my fury that I did kill them. Wherefore did you so? Who can be wise, amazed, loyal, and neutral in a moment? No man! The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make his love known?
Help me! Hurts who?
Look to the
Why
lady.
do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for hours?
What should be spoken here, where our fate, hidden in alcohol, may rush and seize us? Let's away, our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion. Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid, that suffering and exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work. To know it further, fear and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight a treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So long!
Let us briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well, Lieutenant.
What will you do? Let us not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is not which a false man does easy. All to England.
To Island Isle, where we are, there are daggers in men's smiles, veneer in blood, veneer in money.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and the safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousy owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's forces, thing more strange and certain, furious and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild and nature broke, their stalls flung out, tending against obedience, they make war with mankind.
Said they ate each other.
And so to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macbeth. How goes the world so now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those of Macbeth is slain.
Now that's the day. What good could they pretend?
The worst of Oran, Malcolm and Donalby, the king's two sons, have stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. Vengeance must lie, the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named, gone to Scone to be invested.
Where stands his body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors, the guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, Alpha 5.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old road sit easier than our new.
Farewell, Father.
God's venison go with you, and with those that would make good of bad, and friends of foes.
Thou hast it now, King Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird sisters promised. And I fear thou placed most value for it. Yet as I said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of it. If there be truth in them, then upon thee that thy speeches shine. Why, by the verity on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up anew? Hush, no more.
Here is our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, 'twere as a gap in our great feast, an old thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duty will be with an undeniable tie forever dead.
Ride you this afternoon.
I'm a lord.
Should have else required your good advice in this day's council, but we'll take it tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill the day twixt this and supper. But not my horse the better, I must give him a borrow of the night, for a dark hour and twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, but instead filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, and therewithal we shall have the cause of state craving us jointly. Hie you to horse, adieu to your return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Ah, my good lord, the day doth call on us.
I do wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend them to the backs. Well, let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you. Sirrah, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. There is none but he whose being I can fear. The sisters hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, put a barren scepter in my gripe. If it be so, for Banquo's issue to make them kings. The seeds of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now, go to the door and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was so, please, your highness.
Well, then now, have you considered of my speeches?
I'm one, my liege, from the vile blows and buffets of the world, have so incensed that I'm reckless what I do despite the world.
I am so weary of disasters and wrecked with torment and horror that I would set my life on any chance to either mend it or be rid of it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy,
True, my lord.
and so is he mine. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will about it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine should bewail his fall, and thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command.
Though our lot.
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, to leave no rubs or botches in the work. Fleance, his son, who keeps him company, and whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I come to you anon.
We are resolved.
I'll call upon you straight. Bide within. It is concluded. Banquo thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but he returns again tonight.
Tell the king I desire his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Not had, all spent. For our desire is got without content, is better to be that which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. Come down, my lord. Why do you stand alone, of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts that should have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the world's supper, ere we will eat our meal in terrible fear, and sleep in the affliction of these dreams which shake us nightly. Better to be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Nothing can touch him further.
Come on, my lord. Sleep o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Unsafe the while, that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, making our faces visits to our hearts, disguising what we are.
You must leave this.
Full scorpions is my mind, dear one. Thou knowest that Banquo and his Fleance live.
But in them nature's copies not etern.
There is comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocular. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, there's to be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaudest me. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
spurs, our belated traveler, gain the time the inn and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses.
Give us light there. Ho!
And to see the rest are within the note of expectation already on the court.
Horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men do, from hence to the palace gate, making their walk. A light. Stand to it.
It will be raining tonight.
Let it come down! Ah! Treachery! Fly, good flank! Fly, fly! No, mace for me! There's the one down. The sun has fled.
We've lost best half of our fare.
Well, it's away. See how much has been done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. First and last, a hearty welcome.
Thanks, Your Majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks, they are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their hearts' thanks. Both sides are even. Here I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis banquos then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
I was throat a slip, that I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like for Flanders. If thou didst it, thou art the nonpareil.
My lord, Flanders has escaped.
Then comes my fit again. My head has been perfect, whole as the marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air. But now I am
cabins, confined, cribbed, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo is safe.
Aye, my lord. Safe in a ditch he finds. 20 pink-drenched gashes to his face. At least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now good digestion wait on appetites, and health on both.
May it please your highness, sit.
Here had we now our country's honor root, with the graced person of our Banquo present, whom may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence still lays blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my lord. What is it that moves your majesty?
What should you have done this?
What, my lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentleman Rice, his highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you, keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will be well again. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion further. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I am a bold one that look on that which might appall the devil.
Stop. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these bars and starts and postures to true fear. Well become a woman's story and women's at a winter's fire, authorized by her grandam. Shame itself. Why do you make these faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Behold, look, lo! What see you? Why, what care I? If thou canst not, speak too! If charnel houses and our graves must send those we buried back, our monuments shall be the maws of kites.
Quite unmanned folly.
If I stand here, I saw him.
Shame.
The times has been that when the brains were out, the man would die. Is there an end? But now they rise again, with 20 mortal murders on each crown, and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my dear friends. I have but a strange infirmity which is nothing to all those who know me. Come, give me some wine. Fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would he were here. To all we thirst, and all to all. Abhorrent twin my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare I dare? Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros, or the Hyrcan tiger. Take any shape or form but that, hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! My soul being gone, I am a man again.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be? You make me strange to think you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheek when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
Speak no further. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night unto you all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which.
How sayest thou that Macbeth denies his presence at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I will. At times I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak. For now I am bent upon knowing by the worst means the very worst. For my own good all causes shall give way. I am stepped in blood so far that, should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as to go over. Strange things I have in head, that will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the seasons of all nature. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Why, how now, Hecate? You look angrily. Have I not reason? Beldames as you are, saucy and overbold. How did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death, and I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called to bear my part or show the glory of our art? And, which is worse, all you have done hath been but for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now. Get you gone, and at the pit of Acheron meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. I am for the air. This night I'll spend unto a dismal and a fatal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon. Upon the corner of the moon there hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it ere it come to ground, and that, distilled with magic's light, shall raise such artificial sprites as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his illusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes of wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Hark, I am called. My little spirit seed sits in a foggy bank and stables for me.
Come, let's make haste. She'll soon be back again.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret farther. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Mary, now he's dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom, as you may say, Fleance killed, or Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. Who could not want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight, in pious rage, the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was that not nobly done? Ah, and wisely too, for 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear those men deny it. So that I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that, had he Duncan's sons under his key, as in it please heaven he shall not, they too would learn what 'twere to kill a father, so should Fleance. For only failed his presence at the tyrant's feast. I hear Macbeth in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macbeth has gone to pray the holy king upon his aid to wake Northumberland and warlike seaward, that by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage, and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. And this report has so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Some holy angel, fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, and a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand cursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess. However you come to know it, answer me! Though the treasure of nature's germins tumble all together, even till destruction sicken, answer me!
Speak. The man will answer. See if thou hadst rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call them. Let me see them.
Poor Insal's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh. Grease that's sweating from the murderer's gibbet. Throw into the flame. Come high or low thyself in office deathly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power,
He knows thy thought, hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff, beware the thane of fight, dismiss thee, enough.
whatever thou art, for thy good caution thanks, thou hast helped my fear aright. But one word more!
He will not be commanded. Here's another more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of women born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet, I'll make assurance double sure. Take a bond of fate, thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion's melted brow and take no care, who just refresh or wear inspirer are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee until great Burnham Wood to I just name hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree unfix his earthbound root. Rebellious dead, rise never, till the wood of Burnham rise, and our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, and pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your arts can tell so much, will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall upon you. Let me know.
Show.
Show his eyes and greed his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Get me down, thy crown does sear my eyelid. And thy hair is like the first. A third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? A horrible sight. Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-bolted Banquo smiles at me and points at them for his. What? Is this so?
Aye, all this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we up his sprites and give the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to make a sound while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say our duties did his welcome.
Where are they? Gone! Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in, without there!
What is your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those who trust them. I heard the sound of horses. Who was it that came?
Some 2 or 3 that bring you word, my lord. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. The castle of Macbeth I will surprise, seize upon fight, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls who trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool, but no more sight. Come, bring me where they are.
What have you done to make him fly to land? You must have patience, madam. He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom, to leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. Natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds. And fight for young ones in the nest against the owl. All is the fear, nothing is the love. As little as the wisdom with a flight so runs against all reason.
Here's cause, I pray you, calm yourself. But for your husband, who's noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I cannot speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and none. Take my leave from you. Shall not be long, and I'll be here again. Thinks that the worst will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool should I stay any longer. It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sarah, your father's dead. What will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean. And so do they.
Poor bird, thou never fear the net, nor line the pitfall, nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds, they are not set for. My father is not dead for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. And how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay! How will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet in faith, with wit enough to be.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be they all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor. And must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Then who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools. For there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Oh, no, God help me, poor one. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If he would not, it were a sure sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how that time.
Bless you, fair dame. I'm not too known, though in your state of honor I'm perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence with your little ones. To fight you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were felt cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now. I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable. To do good sometimes counted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense?
shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfallen homeland. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face that it resounds, as if it felt with Scotland, and yelled out like syllable of dolor.
What I believe I'll wail, what no believe, and what I can redress as I shall find the time to friend I will. But you have spoke, it may be so, perchance, this tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a poor, weak, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. The angels are bright still, though the brightest fell.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I have found my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love, without leave-taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny, lay thou thy bases sure, for goodness dare not check thee. Wear thou thy wrongs, the title is confirmed. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst for the whole space within the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot. Oh, my breast, I hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Well, more anon. Comes the king forth, I pray you?
Aye, sir. There are a crew of wretched souls that stay his cure. Their malady convinces the greatest say of art. But at his touch, such sanctity hath heaven given his hands, they presently amend.
I thank you, doctor.
What's the disease he means?
'Tis called the evil, a most miraculous work in this good king, which often since I here remain in England I have seen him do. How he solicits heaven himself best knows, but strangely visited people, all swollen and ulcerous, pitiful to the eye, the mere despair of surgery, he cures, hanging a golden stamp about their necks, put on with holy prayers.
See, who comes here?
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
Never gentle cousin, welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, betimes remove the means that makes us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. Cannot be called a mother but a grave. When nothing but most nothing is one seen to smile. Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made, not marked. Where violent sorrow seems a normal mood, and where the dead man's knell is there scarce asked for food, and good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying, or ere they sicken.
A relation too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age is heard as stale. Each minute seems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well?
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant is not battered at their peace?
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a niggard of your speech. How goes?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witness the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. You or I in Scotland would create soldiers, would make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good steward to 10,000 men, an older and better soldier none that Christendom gives out.
Wish I could answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern then? The general cause? Or is it a figure due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
Have you mind? Keep it not from me quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
Oh, I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. And to relate the manner wherein the quarry of these murdered deer, to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven, what man, never pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break.
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be unfed. My wife killed too?
I have said.
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, Hellkite, all! All my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop!
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I seldom feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven the God that would not take their part? Sinful Macbeth, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own hurts, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and the braggart with my tongue. But gentle heaven, cut short all intermission. Front to front bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword length set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This time goes manly. Come, go we to the king. The time is ready, our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is right for the shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer ye may. The night is long that never finds the day.
Two nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, and afterwards seal it up, and again return to bed, yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
Great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise. Upon my life, fast asleep. Stand close.
Came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but your sense are shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is the custom action with her, seen thus washing her hands. I have known her continue this a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out! Out, damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Well, then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a fiend! What needs we fear? Who knows it when no one can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord. No more of that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not, I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh! Oh! Oh!
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of a whole body.
Well,
Pray God it be so.
this disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out unscathed.
Even so.
To bed. To bed. Come. 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 Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad, and natural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More need she the divine than the physician. God, forgive us all. Look after her, remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she is mated, and amazed in my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English army is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revengeance burning them for their dear causes, wood to the bleeding and grim alarm, and sight the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming.
Who knows if Donalbain be with his brother?
For certain, sir, he is not. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son, and many unrough youths, that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses, to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly weal, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march toward Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood come the Dunsinane, I cannot state fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequence have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for no man that's born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. Then fly, false stains, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt or shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Back up so that loose look.
There is 10,000
What, geese villain?
soldiers, sir.
Death of thy soul. What soldiers, Wayface?
The English force shall please you.
Take thy face hence. Satan! I am sick at heart when I behold. Satan! This push will cheer me now, or deceit me ever. I have lived long enough. My way of life is fallen into the sear. The yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age is honor, love, troops of friends I must not look to have. Satan!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What's news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Get me my armor.
It is not needed yet.
I'll put it on! Send out more horses, scour the country around. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me my armor! How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that! Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dog! I'll have none of it! Satan! Give me my armor. Give me my sword. Satan, send out! Doctor, the pains fly from me. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo, which would applaud again. Here, take what rhubarb, what senna would scour these English heads? Hearest thou of it?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it out to me. I will not be afraid of death in vain till Burnham Forest come the Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand when Chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down and bow and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery err in the report of us.
It shall be done!
We learn no other than the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that with due decision will make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts, speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues, strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war!
Hang out our banners on these outward walls! The cry is still, they come! Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie, till famine and the ague ate them up! We should have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beaten them backward home. Wherefore's that noise?
It's the cry of women, my good lord.
I had almost forgotten the taste of fears, and I have supped full of horrors. Direness, once familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me now. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, breathed candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say it!
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say a moving grove.
Thy speech be false. Upon the next tree thou shalt hang till famine cling thee. Thy speech be truth. I care not. Thou dost so much for me. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiends that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane. Now a wood come to Dunsinane. Arm and out! If this which he avouches does appear, there's no flying hence or tarrying here. I begin to grow weary of the sun and wish the estate, the entire world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell, blow wind, come rack, at least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now, dear enough. You're leaving streets, throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first attack. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon us what else remains to do according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath as clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
Yeah! They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly. But bear like I must fight the course. Who was it he that was unborn of woman? Such a one I am to fear or none.
What is thy name?
Thou wouldst be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to my ear.
One more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorred tyrant. With my sword I'll prove the lie thou speak.
Thou wast born of woman. But swords I smile at. Weapons laugh to scorn. Brandished by a man that's of a woman born.
Now with the noises. Tyrant, show thy face! If thou be slain and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. By the straight clatter, one of greatest notes he's bruited. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost himself professes yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I die on my own sword, play the Roman fool? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is charged with too much of thy blood already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloody your going and turns into the out.
charmed life that must not yield to one born of woman.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rarer monsters are, painted upon a pole and under it. Here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet. Though Burnham would come the Dunsinane, and thou opposed being unborn of woman, yet I will try at last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him who first cries, hold! Enough!
Friends we missed were safe arrived. Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought. Macduff is missing and your noble son.
His son, my lord, must take his sources dead. He only lived but till he was a man, the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
And he is dead?
Aye, and brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
Why then God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have hairs, I would not wish them to a fairer death, and so is now be nulled.
He's worth more sorrow, and that all spent for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well, and he paid his score. So God be with him. Here comes near a comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold where stands the usurper's cursed head. Time is free. I see thee compass with thy kingdom's pearls, to speak my salutation in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honor named. What's more to do, as will be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the ministers of this dead butcher, his fiend-like queen who has besought by self and violent hands took off her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we shall perform in measure, time, and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.